Hello, it's JoeNova here, and I am here to help you out with some of your daily and weekly activities. I've had a lot of people asking me, hey, what should I be doing every day? What should I be doing every week? These are a few things that I think are the most important, and I'm going to try to go through as much of them as I can in an important order. So let's give that a try. First, I'd like to talk about our daily bounties. So over here on the left side of the screen, you got this little icon here that looks like a coupon. If you click on that or click whatever icon or controller or whatever you got, we'll open this. Go ahead and give it a click. You'll find your common bounties and your high value bounties. You can also click 2 bounties, which will give you a full screen display of them. I've already completed my high value bounties for today, so you won't see them, but every day you will get 4 high value bounties. And these are pretty simple. A lot of them are just, hey, go around and kill 25 guys with a shotgun, or kill 10 guys as like Gwen, or not even Gwen, but mostly just like an impact character or a piercing character. They're pretty simple and easy to do. Make sure you're doing them because they're going to give you not only a good chunk of team experience, about 4,800, I believe, team experience, which is a ton to help you continue to level up and unlock more content. They'll also give you a lot of the nodes that you'll need to unlock these rewards down here. And these supply you with not only exotic parameters that'll allow you to craft exotic weapons later down the line, or just straight up a chance at a random exotic, which is fantastic. You can even get, this is where you would get more of your Elixir Spark Bombs if you want to continue to increase the catalyst level of your Wolf grenade launcher. There's tons here that you can get, including frontline key codes, which can be used to unlock more legendary mods, and they're pretty important. On top of that, every time you complete them, they'll increase your reputation, and once you hit 120, you'll get yourself a free seasonal Ingram, which will give you tons of cosmetics, shaders, ornaments for weapons, tons of great goodies once Season 1 does start. Speaking of frontline key codes, keep in mind that once you have them, you'll want to spend them because you can only hold 6 of them. So when you do get them, make sure you're going out to the areas on the patrol maps that are colored in purple and completing the patrols and public events that are in that area to get a final chest reward after defeating the boss, and you can spend your coins to get some sweet reputation and some sweet mods for your guns. Now, speaking of reputation, it is also very important to do your daily commissions every day. You get 2 of them when you walk up to whoever is the vendor for that planet. So it is Mu Ying for Jiangxi Metro. Make sure you walk up to him, accept his daily commission quest, and you'll gain 2 daily commission quests. Going out and completing these both will unlock a 3rd daily commission quest that is more difficult and will give you some bigger rewards at the end. Now, why is this important? Because each of these gives you a good chunk of reputation, which can help you level up your reputation even quicker, giving you plenty of rewards like draws, materials, tons of great stuff, and unlock more of these little tiny side quests you can do on planets that will give you more team experience and draws, Lumina leaves, all kinds of great goodies as well. It's important to make sure you're doing these daily reputation things every day because they give a lot of reputation and they're one of the best ways to increase your reputation. Just to show off, each of them will give you 70. So that's about 210 reputation just for completing the 3 of these, and they only take probably a few minutes to complete all 3. Next, daily-wise, I'd like to talk about Iron Commander. Back in the beta, I basically called this pointless, which it was back then, but they've changed it and made it much better. So, how Daily Commander works is every day you can come in here, and you can spend 20 of your Pinnacle Energy to purchase a authorization key. I will purchase one right now to show you. There you go. You only get to do one per day. If you try again, it'll tell you you've reached your limit. But why is this important? So say I wanted to do a heroic strike. I wanted to try to get an exotic from the heroic strike. I can go in there and I can do that quest, but I could also send in 3 of my people, and don't worry, if you send these people in, you'll still be able to use these characters. They're not taken up, you just need to put them in here. You can still play as those characters while this is happening. And as long as these characters meet these criterias for the activity you're trying to do, like for this one, you need to have 3 characters in it. They need to have a total power of over 80,000, and they need to have, each character needs to be at least 29,400 power. I have reached all of those, so my reward would be an abundant reward. 3 check marks means I gain a 10% increase reward from all of the materials. So The most important one is instead of a 1% chance to get an exotic, I have a 1% chance to get 1 to 2 exotics, which means that if you hit really lucky, when these guys come back from doing this quest, which takes about, I believe, 2 hours, you have a chance to have 2 exotics sitting there for you as a reward, which is nuts. On top of that, you'll get plenty of extra stuff. You'll get more mods, you'll get more glimmer, more mod components, more materials in general. So doing these every day will slowly add up over time, giving you plenty of more materials than you would have beforehand just kind of doing these activities on your own. Another funny daily thing is the casual playlist. Now, a lot of people don't seem to know this or have noticed this yet, but these 3 activities, Iron Bar, Sparrow Racing, and Shadow Shaper Duels, all give rewards, as you can see here, but most importantly, they give Bright Dust. Winning, losing, drawing, all gives different amounts of Bright Dust, but the important thing here to note is that these are actually limited rewards. So every day, if you can play 5 of these activities, you'll get the max amount of rewards. So say I play 5 matches of Shadow Shaper Duels, I will get 5 sets of rewards. Whether I lose 5 times, I win 5 times, or a mix of between whatever. I'll get those rewards, and afterwards, if I try to play a 6 match, the game will tell you, hey, you've already claimed all of your rewards for today, you won't get any more. So these are actually locked behind a limit that you can only do so many times a day. And if you want to have an abundance of Bright Dust to buy things from the store, the Bright Dust store, or just the cosmetic store, and try to unlock all the different cosmetics, outfits, sparrows for sparrow racing, transmat effects, dances, all that kind of jazz, you want to try to make sure that you're playing these activities 5 times a day, if you can, and especially Iron Bar because it's only during the weekend, to really start farming out and getting a huge chunk of Bright Dust advantage over many other players. Speaking of casual content, another thing that you should probably not forget about is your Shadow Shaper Duels experience. So every day, this resets daily, you can come over to, I like doing Wu Ming because he's a level 1 and he's the easiest to deal with. Whenever you fight an NPC, you will get daily rewards. You'll get 3 bonus rewards, which I've already done today, and then after that you can get 7 more basic rewards. The basic rewards give 40 experience, and the bonus ones give much more. I believe it's 70, I could be wrong. But make sure you're coming here every day if you like the Shadow Shaper Duels and get your 10 daily matches done. You can just come here, play Wu Ming on beginner difficulty, beat him 10 times pretty easily, and get a bunch of experience. This will allow you to rank up your character, allow you to fight new card people, because as you level up, you'll unlock more people that you can play cards against and unlock more cards, and even Lumina leaves as well, which is fantastic. So if you need more Lumina leaves, this is something that you should consider. If you don't like the card game, it's definitely something you can skip though. The last daily thing I want to talk about is the cat. So if you walk around Haven, you can take a look at your radar, and eventually you'll see a little cat icon appear on the radar, which means the cat's nearby. You walk up to that icon on the radar and you'll find yourself a cat. Every day you can pet this cat, and it will give you a free reward. I've already pet it today, so it's not going to give me anything, but it can be random stuff, materials, glimmer, weapons, sometimes even Lumina leaves. On top of that, when you pet him, he will tell you that he is looking for a specific kind of fish, and if you give him that fish, this can be done once per day, you'll get one of these. This is a cat's thank you gift, which gives you a choice, not a choice, but a random drop of one of the following. You'll get Lumina leaves, 5 Lumina leaves, 1 draw, or 10 angler tokens. I've only gotten angler tokens so far. They seem to be weighted more towards the angler tokens, but if you get lucky, and basically I'm saying once per day you have a chance to get a free draw just from giving a cat a fish. So try to hold on to some of the fish you've been getting. Don't sell them all. Just try to maybe make sure you got like 1 of each fish. So every day when you see the cat, you can, play around with giving him different fish until he likes the one that you gave him. Don't worry, if you give him a fish and he doesn't like it, you'll get it back. You're not wasting it. So you can test and just try out all the fish until you find one that he likes, and he gives you the reward. You know what? Let's see what this ends up giving me. Look at that. Like I said, seems to be weighted towards angler tokens, but just the fact that you have a chance to get a free draw is pretty damn cool. All right, let's move on to longer lockouts, like weekly and monthly lockouts. I feel like I've covered pretty much all of the daily lockout activities that you should be doing, but when it comes to weekly stuff, let's start off with the shifting gates. Every week you will get a free pinnacle reward for shifting gates, so it's free. So make sure you come in here, get some free team XP, make sure you're getting your free rank up rewards, your free materials. It's all free. Never mind the fact that it's basically a free chance at an exotic. It's a 0.33% chance, but if you like any of these exotics here, make sure you're coming in and giving it a try. On top of that, as you're playing, you'll also be gaining rank XP and leveling up your rank. If you get far enough, you'll get a ton of Lumina Leaves, a free cool banner, and a free draw as well. So these are definitely worth it to try to grind out for, especially if you like shifting gates. It's some really great materials and stuff that you can get. And I haven't even played that much, and I've already gotten 200 free Lumina Leaves, which is impressive. These reset, I believe, every season. Yes, so it resets every season. Keep that in mind. We only have, when I recorded this, about 8 days left in the season, so I believe these reset probably every month. On top of that, you also have your weekly challenges. Try to complete these. They'll help you increase your season pass level for shifting gates. I don't know what exactly it's called, but it's this right here. It's your season rank for shifting gates. Again, this will reset with seasons, and if you can increase this, you'll get yourself plenty of materials to help buy more cards from shifting gates to unlock more cards that'll help improve your chances of winning matches, and you'll get a ton of materials and a ton of bright dust, and even some seasonal engrams that will give you plenty of cosmetics, shaders, weapon ornaments, emblems, pigments, tons of stuff that you get to play around with. So keep in mind that this does reset when seasons reset. Next is the activities that have weekly lockouts. A lot of these we can't see yet, but I will point out the ones that I know of. First off, Calamity Ops. Calamity Ops has a weekly reset, and it has weekly materials that you will get from Calamity Ops that are very important when it comes to maxing out your characters to their highest relic level. Keep that in mind. Make sure you're playing your Calamity Ops and trying to get the highest score that you can for the week to get the most amount of rewards you can from it. The same goes with the Expanse when that unlocks. The Expanse is kind of like a mix of Singularity Order and Singularity Chaos. It is a leveled up version where you go through easy all the way to a hard, and if you get to the end, you'll get a ton of basically materials, relics, stuff, artifacts, stuff to help you increase the power of your character. You can only do this, I believe, once per week, so make sure you're doing this as well. Gauntlet Ops also has a weekly lockout for weekly rewards. As we get closer and closer to surpassing this recommended power, that will make these very easy to get. At the moment, where we are right now, it is harder for some players to complete this activity, but as the days go by and we start reaching closer to, say, 50,000 recommended, or 50,000 power, you'll be way over leveled for this, and it'll make this a lot easier. Keep in mind that these weekly rewards, most importantly, include a 15% chance for an exotic, and you get 3 chances at this, so that's basically a 15, 30, wow, I'm bad at math, 45% chance to get an exotic. I mean, I'm probably bad at math as well, whatever. You get 3 chances at 15% to get an exotic. And the most important part is every time you fail to get an exotic from this drop, the drop rate will increase the next week. So say you did your 3 chances this week, you didn't get it, the next week, your percentage will increase. You'll have an even higher chance of getting an exotic. So keep grinding out, do these 3 times a week to try to get your exotic, get your bonus rewards, get your bonus materials. It's well worth it. The last one is Legendary Campaign. This one is unlocked after you finish the story. And again, this one has weekly locked out rewards by completing them in under a certain amount of time, just like over here with Realm of the Nine Singularity Order. Complete it under a certain amount of times, and you'll get a ton of materials that are mostly used for crafting exotic catalysts and improving the level of your exotic catalysts. I have no word on this, but I believe challenge mode will also have weekly lockouts, so keep an eye on that when that comes around. Hack challenges are also locked on a weekly basis. These are actually really good rewards. Not only will you be helping out your clan increase their rank and get more materials and get better and get bigger and stronger and be more friendly and loving towards each other and all that hoopla, but you'll also be helping yourself out a little bit on the way. So if you could max out your weekly challenge by doing some of these bounties every day, make sure you're coming in here and doing some of these. They have daily limits. You can only do so many per day. They have weekly limits as well on top of that. So try your best to come in here, complete these, because these black market coins and the 50 Lumina leaves are actually really good rewards and very helpful. I almost forgot another weekly reset, and I feel like a lot of people forget about this one because it's kind of hidden. It isn't explained to you at all in the game, but both locations have a vendor called a civil logistics vendor. This one, they all have this symbol here that's a leaf. So this is what you deal with your planetary resources. All these little flowers that you've been collecting, hopefully you've been collecting every week. You can come to this person and you can exchange, specialty exchange, for weapon enhancement prisms. You get a total of, you get 25, 100, yeah, basically 100 weapon enhancement prisms, which is pretty sweet. Keep that in mind. You can also grab some glimmer. It's 50,000 glimmer. I mean, I'd focus more so on the weapon enhancement prisms. Just spend whatever spare resources you have. There's one for each area. There's one for Jiangxi Metro here. And then if you go to Red Sea Rift, there is also one down here. If I zoom in, you can see the little leaf icon. And that's it's Ahmed. He's behind a little counter here on the left once you spawn in. And he'll also have the same trade in here. Let me show you. So once you spawn in here at Jiangxi Metro, he's pretty easy to find. He's right here, right in front of you, basically. This one's he's actually called the Tinkerer. So I guess he has a different name. But yeah, you can grab a little planetary resource right next to him. And you can come talk to him. And just like the other person, he actually has different resources. I didn't realize that. So he has incandescent ribbons, which you can purchase from them, both in the rare version and the legendary version, and also some materials to upgrade your artifacts. So this guy actually has, I would say, even more important materials. So make sure whenever you're seeing any planetary resources, make sure you're going out of your way to pick them up. And it's as easy as just shooting them. This area here has some of the easiest planetary resources to grab. There's that one I shot right there. And then as soon as you exit this area, there's like 5. It's like you can easily grab 5 right here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4 here, and there's like a 5th one right under there. And right over there's like a 6th one over there. There's a huge amount of resources like right here, right off the bat when as soon as you leave the town. So make sure you're picking those up. It's very helpful to get some extra resources. The last thing I want to touch on is the store. Most importantly, the silver shop. I find a lot of people have been skipping on the silver shop, mostly because they don't plan on spending silver or ever buying silver. Make sure you're coming in here because every week they give 10 free Lumina leaves, and some people are just ignoring this. You can come in here, just get, it's not a lot, but I mean, 10's 10. You add that up over a month, that's like 40 Lumina leaves. So come on here every week, grab your free Lumina leaves. As well, take a look at the Bright Dust store. This resets every week. You can use that Bright Dust that you were grinding from your casual gameplay to get plenty of stuff. Emotes, shaders, sparrows, transmount effects, ghosts. If you're a sparrow racing connoisseur like me, make sure you're buying all your sparrows to get those different stat distributions for the different maps that are out there. Just come on in every week, see if there's anything you like. Challenging dance is kind of cool, you know, so I bought it. So don't forget to come in here every week, take a look at this. The exchange store is also very important. It is mostly set on a weekly limit, but also a monthly limit. Make sure you're coming in here, and if you're having plenty of spare materials, you can kind of grind out for some of these materials. Make sure you're picking up any of the exotic or mythic materials that are locked behind weekly limits. So these mythic infusion core choices, weapon luminant choice chests, undefined incandescent sheaths, elemental fruits, upgrade cores, all of these things are very important. And then if you find that afterwards you have some spare stuff, feel free to start spending it on other things like enhancement prisms, incandescent ribbons. It's probably most important to go from your exotic materials down to your mythic materials, and then your legendary materials and rare materials. I can't think of any circumstance where it would really be any other way outside of, say, if it's a card, or if it doesn't say it's a weekly limit, if it's just a normal limit, that means this is always here. You don't have to worry about it getting reset on you. The same can be said for your packs. You can actually see I've been hoarding my coins. I have 20,000 coins here. And these are just sitting here waiting until the point where I can buy incandescent clusters. These reset every month. You can only buy 2 of them, and these are the rare materials that you get from Calamity Ops. Outside of that, again, make sure you're buying your mythics, your legendaries, and then your rares. And if you have any spares afterwards, go ahead and just kind of throw them into Glimmer unless you want to save it for the next reset. Keep in mind, I would also say overclock capacitors are probably the one mythic thing that you can consider skipping if you don't really feel the need to double your rewards, if you just kind of like playing the game and like grinding stuff. You don't really need overclock capacitors, but they are nice and they do speed things up. For tuna crystals, these are locked once per month. You can basically get a free pull by buying these. You have to already have the character unlocked, but if you want to increase that character's talent tree, say your main is Tan 2, you can actually come in here and once per month you can spend 360 Fortuna crystals to get yourself basically a free pull that would give you another talent tree node for that character that you want. I will say though, I do feel like it's probably more worth it to save up your Fortuna crystals and spend them on the Bon Voyage Charm limited editions, just because event draws are so important and permanent draws are going to be here forever, and you will slowly gain these over time. Fortuna dust as well, make sure, just like before, make sure you're buying your monthly Bon Voyage Charms, both limited and regular edition, buying your exotic materials, mythic materials, legendary materials, rare materials, all of that hoopla that I keep talking about. We also have fishing, lastly. These are actually kind of important. Not only are these weekly locked out, so if you like fishing, make sure you're coming in here and buying these, so you're able to fish more and level up more, and more importantly, if you're leveling up more, your food. These are on a weekly limit as well. And whenever you use these, depending on the rarity of them, they increase the damage you do in activities for 2 hours, excluding some specific ones like the harder endgame stuff like Expanse, Calamity Ops, and Legendary Campaign. But keep in mind, this does not talk about challenge mode, so we may be able to use these in challenge mode, which would be very beneficial. Just imagine going into some of the hardest content in the game and having a straight 12% damage bonus for that activity. Outside of that, if you want to just go into heroic strikes and farm and get through activities even quicker, you can pop one of these and you'll be killing everything 12% faster, or 8% faster, or 4% faster, depending on what you've bought here. But these are on a weekly limit. Make sure you come in here and buy these just so you can store them up. You never know down the line in the future when these could become very handy, and having a large supply of them could come in, in very clutch. And honestly, I believe that covers everything. Hopefully the daily reminders at the beginning of the video helped you, and if you were interested, hopefully the weekly lockouts as well gave you some advice on what you should be prioritizing and what you shouldn't be prioritizing, what's important and what's not as important. Thanks again for stopping by and watching the video. Feel free to leave a like and a comment down below to help me out, and don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you have a supernova day.